On the in the electric part of it, you talked about that sustainable future. This is the goal essentially.
Yes.
For mobility also कि long term यही है future. But sustainability की बात करें, to produce lithium batteries and all that, a fair amount of there's an environmental impact of that as well.
Yes.
So there is a sort of a contradiction in it right now on how sustainable EVs are for the future. So what do you think? Where is India right now lacking over here, where we are truly reliant on ourselves to essentially, basically smoothen the entire supply chain so that we are, everything is in-house over here for EVs?
Great point, Ishan. And actually, I feel इस topic पे इंडिया में पब्लिक डिस्कोर्स और होना चाहिए बिकॉज समटाइम्स वी इन इंडिया हैव अ ट्रेडिशनल माइंडसेट ऑफ यूजिंग एंड अडॉप्टिंग टेक्नोलॉजी, not creating technologies. And when you create new technologies, these are exactly the debates that need to happen. So agar, there are two different questions in your question, so I'll answer them separately. One is the sustainability of lithium technology vis-a-vis ICE के लोग बोलते हैं कि इसमें भी तो production में carbon dioxide emit होती है. How green is green, basically?
Yeah, I was reading for 1 ton lithium, for 1 ton of lithium, there are 12 tons of CO2 emission.
Yeah.
That is what research papers are showing. So, I mean...
so I'll address that.
Yes.
And then the other point is the strategic element from an India lens. Is our... अभी हम अपना सारा petroleum import काफ़ी सारा petroleum import करते हैं.
Yes.
In this new energy future, what will be India's strategic independence or control, right? ये दो अलग सवाल हैं. So let me address the first one first. How sustainable or how green is lithium or how green is green? तो इसमें generally, as you can imagine, थोड़ा सा मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन है इंडस्ट्री में और जनरल स्टेक होल्डर्स में, बिकॉज जो इनकम्बेंट्स हैं उन्होंने एक थोड़ा सा हवा बनाई हुई है कि लिथियम इज़ नॉट क्लीन इनफ. बट इफ़ यू लुक एट द डेटा, इफ़ यू मैप आउट पेट्रोलियम वैल्यू चेन and then you map out the lithium value chain, the data says lithium is about, even today, if you power your vehicle with the grid mix that India has today, which is, let's say, 20-30% renewable.
Yes.
If you power it with that, it is about 30 to 50% lesser carbon emission than a petroleum scooter, than a petroleum vehicle, any vehicle. And as India's grid is becoming more and more renewable, you can assume that 30-50% will improve. It will become 50 to 70% over time. So now emissions happen over the life cycle. Emission happens from when you produce the lithium and you make the lithium into the cell, and then you make the vehicle. So at that stage, lithium EVs have slightly higher carbon emissions than producing a ICE vehicle, क्योंकि उसमें लिथियम सेल नहीं प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है. बट इफ़ यू ऑल्सो थिंक ऑफ पेट्रोलियम, भी ऐसा पेड़ों पे तो नहीं उगता, राइट? वो भी माइन ही होता है ना, तो वो भी माइन होता है, रिफाइन होता है. इफ़ यू ऐड दोज एमिशंस फॉर पेट्रोलियम, a petroleum car actually is much worse at production itself. Because petroleum का जो production emissions है वो भी आपको count करना चाहिए.
Yes.
Not just the emission when you burn petroleum.
Yes.
Right? And then lithium का usage emissions is a function of the grid mix that you have in the country.
जितना भी electricity it takes to charge up the batteries.
Absolutely. Right. And electricity कितना renewable से आ रहा है.
Yes.
So the way to solve this is you have to solve it at both ends. At the tailpipe, you have to move away from tailpipes into EVs and improve your grid with the renewable mix so that your vehicle can be powered by more renewable energy. So you actually become a full much greener solution. And there's one more layer to this. You cannot recycle petroleum. Petroleum तो एक बारी फूक गया तो वो ओजोन में छेद कर देगा.
Yes, of course.
Lithium recycles. So the cells that we use in the vehicle, after their end of life, 90+% is recovered. Of lithium or the core metal components are recovered.
And is that facility available in India or do we have to send the batteries outside?
So as India ka lithium deployment scale, as EV scale बढ़ेगा, then we will only set up. Other companies will set up. तो जैसे जहाँ चाइना में for example EVs का scale काफ़ी है, वेस्ट में grow हो रहा है, तो वहाँ पे recycling facility already है.
आपने चाइना बोला तो ये मैं good
there were
मौका.
2 elements, right?
So I'm coming to that. That second element was the supply chain that we are getting to. On the supply chain itself, in your industry, आपको especially EV in your industry is large now. EV I'm just talking about. इसमें आपको doesn't it give you isn't it a source of anxiety for you that a lot of your sort of foundational tech, your lithium batteries and all, उसके जो तुम्हारे minerals है, सब कुछ है, it's all being refined in China, at least a bulk of it is refined in China. Our relationship is not great over there, and for example, for that matter, China's relationship with most of the world is not great because they've throttled the supply chain over there for these batteries. So your growth as a company can also be sort of,
stymied because of that.
Because of the Chinese relations.
No, very fair question, Ishan. And that comes to the strategic implications of this new energy, right?
Yes.
So let me actually again start with a little bit of abstraction and then go into the details. So if you think of energy as a paradigm, right? The past paradigm was mining and refining. This was the petroleum paradigm. Aap mine karo, refine karo, aur fir phuk do, right? In the vehicle or wherever. That was the paradigm. Now with new energy technologies, चाहे वो renewable generation हो, चाहे वो storage हो like lithium, sodium, etc., it's become a technology paradigm. This is not a commodity. Lithium itself is a commodity, but the lithium cell is not a commodity. क्योंकि उसमें किस तरह से आप chemistry उसकी design करते हो, किस तरह उसकी engineering करते हो, that defines how much energy and efficiency you'll get from it. So there's a big movement of IP creation in energy.
You're talking about batteries? Actually building the batteries. You're saying the commodity is separate.
I'll come to the chain also. But as an overall paradigm, there's a shift on energy, both generation and storage. Generation is happening through solar, etc., and wind. Those technologies also not static. Just जैसे solar panel में आप जितना sunlight आता है, उसका 18-20% आज convert होता है into electricity. 5 साल बाद वो 30% हो जाएगा. उसके बाद 35% हो जाएगा. There's a lot of IP creation and R&D.
So the throughput on those wafers will increase as we go forward.
And same for the cell. कल को solid state cell आएंगे. उनकी energy density ज़्यादा होगी. मतलब उतने ही weight में, उतने ही पैसे में ज़्यादा energy मिलेगी. So cost keeps coming down. So it's a technology paradigm. So that's important to realize because then we need to control this technology future in India. So there are two elements to the supply chain. One is creating the technology. Second is having the supply chain to manufacture the technology. दोनों बहुत important है. हम कभी-कभी इंडिया में हमें लगता है कि let's only do the manufacturing, मतलब फैक्ट्री लगा देंगे, right? But फैक्ट्री लगाने के बनाओगे क्या? It's not a commodity that you're making. It's not cement. It's genuinely innovative technology oriented product. जैसे chips होते हैं. Now chip वैसे तो रेत ही है. It's silicon.
Yes.
But if you are in a fab, you actually convert it into a very intelligent device.
Yes.
So creating the IP in India is very important. Now let's come to the supply chain. The supply chain mein China has been very strategic. They started the journey on EV and lithium supply chains 20 years ago. And as a whole of country effort, whole of country matlab the Chinese government party and then the companies aligned with it. They
production, R&D, everything.
R&D, the world's leader in cell technology today is China. Not Europe, not Japan, not Korea, not US.
That's the benefits of a command economy. Everyone sort of, they say कि ये industry करना है, so everything goes together.
And they started early. We have to acknowledge the facts. They started 20 years ago.
Okay.
And they thought very strategically about it, the whole value chain. उन्होंने technology बनाई, उन्होंने cell manufacturing बनाई. And cell की value chain क्या है? Lithium mine होता है.
Right.
जो lithium का mining है, वो थोड़ा हमें इंडिया में कभी-कभी लगता है कि वो सब चाइना के कंट्रोल में है. That's not true. Lithium का biggest supplier ऑस्ट्रेलिया है.
Yes.
And इंडिया ने जो FTA किया है ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ, उससे actually new energy ecosystem will be a big beneficiary. Because Australia is the biggest supplier of all the materials for new energy. चाहे वो lithium हो, चाहे वो graphite, phosphate, etc., manganese. Australia is a big supplier for many of these materials. South America is a big supplier for lithium. Canada, Chile, that triangle, Bolivia, Chile, Argentina.
Yes.
Lithium also is not rare in the Earth's crust. वो भी हमारे को इंडिया में कभी-कभी लगता है कि lithium बहुत कम है शायद.
अभी कश्मीर में,
अभी इंडिया also
कश्मीर में
hit
मिला,
deposits.
छत्तीसगढ़ में मिला, बहुत है. Lithium is very, it's fairly abundant, I would say. As more and more discovery is happening, lithium is being found everywhere. US में भी मिला है, कनाडा में भी मिला है, नॉर्वे में भी मिला है, यूरोप में भी मिला है.
But it's not just मिलना. There's a lot that goes.
उसकी refinement, उसकी फिर refinement भी होती है.
So you extract it from the mine and then you refine it.
Yeah.
The whole refining ecosystem today is in China. Because they took an early start in this. So they don't control the mines. Mines are generally controlled by whichever country there is and some global mining companies, including some Chinese. And then China ships it off to their country to do the midstream processing. तो lithium से वो cathode बनाएंगे, फिर anode बनाएंगे, electrolyte बनाएंगे. And then they assemble the cell from that. And then they are the biggest producers of cell and they control the midstream. Now for India, there is no reason why we can't also build this chain as we go along, right? Today, by the way,
but we are 20 years behind China.
We are 20 years behind and China has a lot of acceleration. But so we have to invest and work harder, faster, whatever. हमें करना पड़ेगी. तपस्या करनी पड़ेगी एक.
Yeah, but it doesn't need 20 years to catch up.
It doesn't need.
Because you have 50% of the scooter market.
Yes.
And it didn't take you as much time as it took with the Bajajes
Absolutely,
to come into that.
बिल्कुल सही.
Right? So
नहीं तो इंडिया के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट होगा कि इंडिया का स्ट्रेंथ क्या है. इंडिया का स्ट्रेंथ है अपना मार्केट स्केल एंड अपना पॉपुलेशन स्केल. जैसे जैसे हम एक तरफ से ईवी पेनिट्रेशन बढ़ाएंगे, स्कूटर का, गाड़ी का, ऑटो रिक्शा, इलेक्ट्रिक, एवरीथिंग इलेक्ट्रिक, वैसे हमारी इन इंडिया द डिमांड फॉर लिथियम cells will go up.
Okay.
And then we can backward integrate into the cell gigafactories, where we have recently set up India's first and largest gigafactory.
where?
In Tamil Nadu, ma'am. Very close to Bangalore, about 100 kilometers from Bangalore. And then once the gigafactory is set up, which makes the cell, then the backward integration into the midstream. And then through partnerships with Australia, Canada, Russia is a big nickel producer, Indonesia is a big nickel producer. So through partnerships, we can get the raw materials into India and do the midstream, cell, EV, everything in India.
Got it.
And that can become a whole EV ecosystem to build for the rest of the world. Because the world wants to increasingly find alternates to China. And this way we can actually build futuristic manufacturing ecosystems and serve the world, not just in a China plus one way, but in genuinely offering what the future wants.
So now this on the EV ecosystem, you said that China's decision makers had made up their mind long back, 2 decades back, that we are going to do this. In India, is our government right now also that forward thinking? What kind of incentives are they giving to make sure that this ecosystem is fostered, is incubated so that we do reach what you're talking about?
I think actually last few years I feel the Indian government has been the most visionary and the most encouraging and aggressive in terms of a policy framework as well as an incentive framework for many new industries, and EV is one of the core ones. जैसे आप देखो सेंटर में FAME सब्सिडी है. FAME is a consumer linked subsidy के जो कस्टमर खरीद रहा है, as long as the vehicle meets a certain criteria, the customer will get the benefit. Then in addition to that, there are multiple PLI schemes for different parts of the EV value chain. EV बनाने की PLI scheme है, lithium cell बनाने की PLI scheme है. And we are actually the only company which are part of both PLI schemes.
Okay.
So we were selected by the government and given the largest allocation for lithium cell PLI. And EV PLI, we were the first ones to get certified in two-wheelers. So across the two PLIs, across the FAME, and then on top of that, state level पे benefits हैं हर state के अलग-अलग depending on the local state context. So government is actually doing, I think government can't do more than this. Sometimes I feel इंडिया में थोड़ा हम गवर्नमेंट के आगे बस वो बोलते रहते हैं गवर्नमेंट को और करना चाहिए, गवर्नमेंट को और करना चाहिए. मैं तो बोलता हूँ कि हमें और करना चाहिए, राइट? लाइक हम वी नीड टू इनोवेट.
It's also a mindset, I guess.